Gaze into the blackness of the vast and infinite void, searching for the particles of a dream that was destroyed. But there is a light that's traveling from 1,000,000,000 miles away, a glimmer of a future that is brighter than the day. I am leaving the orbit of the heavy pulling earth.
Oltre i confini della luce, cerco la nostra vera casa.
A destination hidden in the cosmic glowing haze.
We are made of stardust and the energy of light, transcending the limitations of the physical and sight.
The galaxy is calling us to join the grand design.
Floating in the silence of the interstellar sea, unlocking the potential of what we're meant to be.
Higher than the nebula, faster than the light. We are going beyond stars, into the great unknown,
toward a destination that the heart has always known.
Leaving the map behind us as we navigate the dark,
following the flicker of a vital
living spark, infinite and boundless in a universe of grace,
where there is no time or distance,
only the embrace.
The constellations are the markers on the road toward the sun, a marathon of spirit that has only just begun.
I see the birth of planets in the swirling of the gas, a witness to the miracles that eventually come to pass. I am not afraid of the depth of the abyss, for I have found the meaning in a transcendental kiss.
We are voyagers of wonder, explorers of the soul,
Merging with the vacuum to finally behold. The gravity of heaven is the only force I feel, making the impossible feel tangible and real.
sailing on the solar winds toward a distant shore,
Seeking for the answers that we've never had before.
brighter than the pulsar,
Deeper than the space. We are going beyond stars, into the great unknown,
toward a destination that the heart has always known.
leaving the map behind us as we navigate the dark,
Following the flicker of a vital
living spark, infinite and boundless in a universe of grace,
where there is no time or distance,
only the embrace.
across the event horizon,
Through the wormholes of the mind
leaving every limitation.
of the world behind.
We are the astronauts of love,
The pioneers of peace, in a journey of discovery that we'll never, ever see. So far, so bright, infinite. We are going beyond stars, into the great unknown,
toward a destination that the heart
has always known. Leaving the map behind us as we navigate the dark,
following the flicker of a vital
living spark, infinite and boundless in a universe of grace,
where there is no time or distance,
only the embrace.
into the light.
Far beyond stars. desert sands are shifting under the blazing amber sun. A new adventure has already secretly begun. I see the shimmering of gold upon the distant ridge. Across the canyon of the past, we build a sturdy bridge.
Oltre l'orizzonte dove il cielo sposa il mare, I travel miles just to see the morning star.
The dust of yesterdays blown by the southern wind, a state of purity where the weary souls are disciplined.
The colors of the afternoon are turning into fire, lifting our intentions and our deepest soul desire. The edge of the world is just the start. Look toward the golden horizon where the limits disappear. There is no room for hesitation
or the shadow of fear.
We are chasing after visions that are painted in the sky.
Spread the wings of destiny and learn the way to fly
toward the warmth of an unending light. The mountains bow their heads to the majesty of gold. A story of 1,000 years is waiting to be told.
I feel the rhythm of the earth beneath my leather boots, seeking the nourishment of the ancient sacred roots. I'll follow every trail that the burning embers leave, until the tapestry of wonder is the one I weave.
There's a kingdom in the distance made of light and grace,
where time is forgotten and we find our rightful place.
burning like a phoenix from the ashes of the dark. Every single movement is a vital living spark, brighter than the jewels, richer than the crown. Look toward the golden horizon where the
limits disappear.
There is no room for hesitation
or the shadow of fear.
We are chasing after visions that are painted in the sky.
Spread the wings of destiny and learn the way to fly
toward the warmth
of an unending light.
Run until the feet no longer
the dusty floor. As the light of the afternoon exits through the door, I see the outlines of the memories we used to hold so tight, now blurring at the edges in the coming of the night. The shapes of our history are becoming pale and thin.
L'oscurità cammina dove una volta c'era il sole. The ghosts of our conversations and the echo of the words flying to the south
like a flock of lonely birds.
The darkness is a blanket that is covering the past,
a reminder that the physical
was never meant to last,
but the essence of the light remains within the inner eye. Watching as the profiles of the mountains kiss the sky,
learning how to let the heavy attachments finally die.
Softer than the whisper, darker than the call. In the fading shadows we are finding what is real beyond the tangible world and the things that we can feel. The flicker of the spirit is the only thing that stays when the ego disappears in our dim and misty haze. We don't need the clarity of a bright and neon glare to know that the divinity is always standing there.
The gray is overlapping with the purple and the blue, changing all the perspectives of the things I thought I knew. The weight of the material is starting to dissolve into a simple mystery that we don't have to solve.
I am comfortable with the coming of the evening shade,
For I am not a creature
that is easily afraid.
The ghosts are just the reflections of the beauty we have known.
Seeds of the eternity that we have already sown.
I'll dance within the twilight where the borders start to bleed,
Finding all the nourishment that my hungry soul will need.
dissolving the
Boundaries between you and me, becoming but a ripple in a dark and glass-like sea. Purer than the silence, deeper than the sleep. In the fading shadows we are finding what is real beyond the tangible world ivy climbs the pillars of the throne we used to share. Ancient dust is settling in the stagnant, heavy air. I find the broken pottery of a civilization gone, walking through the courtyards in the early purple dawn. The flags are tattered, but the spirit lingers in the hall.
Le mura parlano di una gloria ormai svanita, a chapter of a history that was larger than a life. I trace the maps of empires that the sand has swallowed whole, seeking for the remnants of a kingly, noble soul. The lions of the gate are sleeping under piles of stone, digging through the layers of the forgotten centuries, searching for the symbols and the hidden master keys to unlock the secrets of the buried past. Deep within the lost kingdom, we are reclaiming the crown, lifting up the legacy that the ages tried to drown. Beyond the ruined arches and the fallen temple walls, a majestic invitation where the destiny still calls. We are the heirs of a greatness that refused to disappear, the sovereigns of a memory that is ringing loud and clear. I will clear the brambles from the path toward the keep, awakening the legends from their long and dusty sleep. The iron gates will groan as they swing open once again, washing off the rust with the falling of the rain.
My sword is made of honor, my shield is made of truth,
And I will find the
fountain of an everlasting youth, restoring all the tapestries of vibrant blue and red, honoring the words that the ancient prophets said. This is not a graveyard, it's a cradle for the new, a sanctuary built for the chosen and the few,
polishing the jewels until they catch the morning light,
ending the dominion of the long and hollow night, sturdier than the granite, older than the oak. Deep within the lost kingdom, we are reclaiming the crown, lifting up the legacy far too loud for hearts to truly listen now. We lose the meaning in the shouting of the restless crowd. But here within this chamber, where the shadows dance, I find the courage to surrender to a quiet trance.
Il rumore del mondo svanisce oltre il confine, where words are useless and the spirit starts to shine. I breathe the stillness of the air like a healing balm, finding the power in the center of a perfect calm. Listen to the beating of the pulse beneath the skin, the journey to the universe that lies deep within. Everything is clear when the noise is gone. In the sacred silence, we find the truth we hide. No more secrets left to carry, nowhere left to sigh. A cathedral built of nothing but the absence of a sound, where the most profound of mysteries are finally found, wrapped in the velvet of a wordless dream. Beneath the frozen lake, the water remains so still, waiting for the winter to obey a higher will. There is a wisdom in the pausing of the frantic race, a holy dignity reflected in a quiet face. I gather up the pieces of a fragmented, broken day, and let the stillness wash the bitterness and dust away. It's in the pause between the notes where the music lives, in the empty cup that the fountain of the spirit gives. Gravity is pulling us toward the center of the soul, where the broken fragments are finally made whole, empty and yet full, silent and yet loud. In the sacred silence, we find the truth we hide, and no more secrets left to carry, nowhere left to sigh. A cathedral built of nothing but the absence of a sound, where the most profound of mysteries are finally found, wrapped in the velvet of a wordless dream. Do not speak, just let the energy flow, like the falling of the soft and heavy snow. It covers the scars, it mends the frayed seams, the language of angels, the language of dreams. Quiet, so quiet. Feel the space between the heartbeats. In the sacred silence, we find the truth we hide. No more secrets left to carry, nowhere left to sigh. A cathedral built of nothing but the absence of a sound, where the most profound of mysteries are finally found, wrapped in the velvet of a wordless dream. Hush now, the soul is speaking in the sacred silence.
texture to the way you look into my eyes, soft as the petals and the lavender of evening skies. No rough edges left to bruise the tenderness we share. A quiet luxury that's breathing in the stagnant air. I am wrapped in the comfort of your mahogany voice.
La tua anima è pura, un tessuto di rara bellezza, caressing the spirit with a deep and warm finesse.
I've walked through the briars and the thorns of the world, but now I am safe where the banners are furled.
Your kindness is a fabric that can shield me from the cold.
Smooth as the river stone,
rich as the darkest wine,
where the threads of our existence start to intertwine.
a quality of spirit that is impossible to buy.
We possess a velvet soul, woven with the finest gold. A story of 1,000 years that's never been told.
Soft
To the touch, but strong enough to stand the strain. A shelter from the winter and the biting of the rain.
exquisite and
Refined in every fiber, every part. The masterpiece of feeling in the gallery of the heart.
I remember the grit and the gravel of the lonely road, the weight of the iron and the heavy dusty load.
But you've polished the spirit until it started to gleam,
Transforming the nightmare into a lucid dream.
My rougher instincts have been tamed by your touch.
And I have learned that loving doesn't have to hurt so much.
It can be a cushion, it can be a gentle bed, where the angry words of the past are never said. We are the artisans of a soft and steady flame, giving a new meaning to a tired and broken name.
Layer upon layer of a deep and plush desire,
Burning with the embers of a sophisticated fire, purer than the silk, deeper than the moss. We possess a velvet soul, woven with the finest gold. A story of 1,000 years that's never been told.
soft
To the touch, but strong enough to stand the strain. A shelter from the winter and the biting of the rain.
exquisite
And refined in every fiber, every part. The masterpiece of feeling in the gallery of the heart.
Feel the grain of the life we've made.
No colors will ever begin to fade.
It's a durable mercy,
A luxury of peace, where all the abrasions of the ego finally cease. Touch the heart, smooth path, velvet.
we possess a velvet soul,
woven
with the finest gold.
a story of 1,000 years that's never been told. Soft to the touch, but strong enough to stand the strain. A shelter from the winter and the biting of the rain. Exquisite and refined in every fiber, every part. The masterpiece of feeling in the gallery